Hey everybody, Drew here, Director of Student Ministries at Cal Prairie Community Church in Lenexa, Kansas. I want to start off by saying that I miss every single one of you. I hope you're all doing well, and I can't wait till we get the opportunity to come back together and just see each other in person again. With that being said, though, this week has been a really good week for me. Last Tuesday, I had a brand new niece born. She's the sweetest little thing in the world, and I cannot wait to meet her. She is so beautiful. Another thing is I had a great Zoom conversations with some of our youth this week, some of our students. It was really good to just see them and catch up with them and just sit there and talk and see how they're doing, connect. Opportunities that we haven't had too much since everything started, so that was really good. Some good news is if you missed those Zoom calls, I plan on doing them weekly, so keep your eye out for that link, those links to come out soon on conversations for your age group. So if you want to be involved in those, please let me know if you haven't received anything, and if you have, please keep your eyes open. I'd love to see you at the next ones. As I said, though, one of the things that we want to do is keep you connected as a church and pour into you guys still as a staff. And it's time for another one of those opportunities. And I also want to speak about connection a little bit first. That is to, if there's any way that I can connect with you better, please let me know. If Zoom and GroupMe are just not your thing, please contact me through either our Facebook or our website and just say, hey Drew, this is how you can connect with me. Please let me know how to do that because I would love to do that. Yeah, please reach out. But as I said last week, we finished a series called Doubt It, a series all about questions. The fact that we all have questions, the fact that sometimes our questions don't get answered, and lastly, the fact that God puts people in our lives to help us answer questions when we're so lost and confused. It was so awesome and so cool to see those things. So this week we're starting a new series. It's called Worth It. It is a 2-week Easter series. I'm super excited about it. We're going to start by looking at the events that led up to the cross this week, and we're going to talk about how the Jesus that suffers with us. Sometimes, life can come at us. It can blindside us. It can take us by surprise. We get hit by these moments that we have no idea what's going on. I think a really good point of that is what's happening now. I don't think anybody expected this to come. I certainly didn't expect to be stuck in my house for 30 days. Just something new. It's something we have to deal with. But sometimes we don't know how to deal with it. And let me tell you, when you don't know how to deal with it, those are the worst times. So mad. So bad. The fact of it is, though, is something that makes that really easier is having someone by your side. And to make it even on top of that, it makes it even easier when that person understands what you're going through. Someone who can talk you through it. Someone who gets it. But that person is not easy to find. Sometimes it's actually super hard to find them because when life goes awry, sometimes you feel super alone. You ask questions like, God, why would you let this happen? Or should I give up? Or is it worth it? Questions that I think a lot of us can say we've been through. And believe it or not, Jesus gets it. Side note is, if you feel this, please reach out. I'm here for you. I want to be that person to stand by your side. So if you're ever feeling that and you're in that situation, please reach out to me. I want to be there to support you and guide there. So I'm sure if you've ever been to church, you've heard the Easter story. You've heard the story of how, Jesus went and died on the cross. He sacrificed his life for each and every single one of us so that we could live and we could have an opportunity to live. It's a story that I never get tired of hearing and a story that I hold entirely grateful in my heart. But today, we're going to talk about the events that led up to the cross, the events that happened before, the things that sometimes we think about, but we don't really register because we're focused on the moment. But we're going to look at the suffering Jesus went through. So in Matthew 26, it talks about a lot of things. I highly recommend reading it. It's in the document that is attached with this video. Please look at it. It'll be in there, Matthew 26, recommended reading and some discussion questions. But in Matthew 26, Jesus is plotted against. He's let down by everybody who's loved him. He's arrested. He's taken to trial, sentenced to death. He's spit on, beaten, and betrayed by close friends. And on top of all that, he had to say goodbye to all of his friends. That would be super hard. And, through all of that, you think Jesus would be at peace, with the opportunity and knowing that what was happening and knowing what was going on. But the fact of it is, though, he wasn't. Our Bible says when Jesus was in the Garden of Gethsemane, he was praying. It talked about how he was overwhelmed. He was in anguish and he was exhausted. And fun fact, and also scary fact, Jesus sweat blood is what it tells us. Condition that can be caused by high amounts of stress. So as you can see, Jesus was human. He felt what me and you felt. He felt those things when we get put in hard situations in a hard life. He suffered with us. And in fact, in his final hours, he asked if there was any other way. And if I were Jesus, you know what I would be asking? I would be asking if it was worth it. Because to me, I don't think it would be. It'd be hard for me to say, you know what, yeah, I'll die for all these people who are just going to hurt me, who are just going to turn away from me. That'd be tough for me to see if that was worth it. But obviously, and a very good thing, I'm not Jesus. Because Jesus knew it was worth it. He knew that everything he was going through was going to be so much greater than what we could see in the moment. And even though he suffered through it, he did it for you and me. And the fact is, following Jesus isn't easy. I can tell you that for sure. I've done it, experienced it in my life. But the other thing I can tell you is through all of it, it was worth it. Every moment, every struggle, it was worth it. And that started with Jesus dying on the cross. So, I just want you to know that the Jesus that we follow and that we love is someone who suffered. He suffers with me and you. He understands what we went through. He felt the emotions and pain that we do every day. And just know that he's there for you. He can be that person who understands when you talk to it. Again, if you are suffering or anything like that, not only pray, but please reach out to me. I'm here for you. I hope you guys all have a wonderful week, and I hope you all begin to prepare your hearts to be the reminder of the moment that Jesus has coming up for us, the moment of that sacrifice that he's made. Easter is going to be a little bit different this year because we won't be in the church celebrating it, but the fact is we can still celebrate it, and I hope you do. Please, go in peace.